happy on stage. He danced like ain't no joke. The guy could break dance. He could sing. In fact, he has a few recordings with him.
Daddy's singing. My daddy's singing my hair.
Sergio smiled. He didn't know he would light up every room that he walked into. His eyes were the most beautiful shade of green. It just sparkled. I would always tease him, you know, because of his eyes, in good ways. And he'd be this little butterfly, how you doing, yeah? You know, and he'd start off all the conversations like that. He knew just how much I love Friends, so he'd always have to be teasing me about Joey. But when I think of Sergio, this is the face I see. And I wanted to share with you guys, because this is the face I want you to remember. Not what you see in the media, not what you see in the police report. It was so fabricated. I don't want you to see that. And not to say that this was any less of him. He was such an amazing dad. His kids were here, and they could tell you. Oh, he would play with them. He'd wrestle with them. You know, he'd joke with them. That was his favorite pastime. Besides Sergio being Sergio, Sergio was a dad. If anybody else wants to come and share a story about Sergio, it'd be great. I'd love to hear it. Not because I don't know it. Chances are we already know it. But I want everybody else to know it.
I'm Sergio's cousin. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. You know, Sergio was to me, you know, when everybody people have distant relatives, you know, people have cousins that they know that they care about. Obviously, they know that they're their family members. Then there's cousins that you grow up with, you know, that you remember being in diapers with, that you remember playing with and fighting with. And, Sergio was that for me, you know. I always looked up to him, you know. My dancing wasn't the best. He kind of usually told me to stick to singing, which was cool, you know. I was chill with that. I remember he got a karaoke machine for Christmas when, I don't know, we were like 6 years old. We used to hook it up in front of our apartment complex and get down to like Jackson 5 songs and, you know, usually do it. Again, I wasn't allowed to dance. I kind of just had to hang out with the microphone in my hand. And that's how we grew up, you know, and as, you know, I remember him teaching me how to do the moonwalk and then giving up teaching me how to do the moonwalk. Whatever, you know, I guess I didn't have it, but he was still there, you know. If Sergio loved you and he cared about you and you were his friend, his family, Sergio was a ride or die type of guy, you know. He was, I think he was of a rare breed, you know. He was a skateboarding cholo that, you know, wore ankle highs and no shows and rock country music. You know, there was just a lot of different, you know, Sergio was just Sergio, you know. If I was going to remember him, you know, I'll always, you know, I say I'm thankful for the time that I had with him, you know. I wish it could have been longer, but, you know, eventually lights always go out whether you want them to or not, and maybe it was just, just the way the world goes, and hopefully, you know, all we can do as a family and as friends is, you know, talk about him, let his kids know, you know, who he was, not, you know, and just stay together, you know, and you know, with all the different people since it's happened that all of us have came into contact with, and we've all gotten to know each other and have been brought together by grief, especially in this small community. You know, we've all been affected by the same thing, so we know what it's like and we know what it feels like. Just want to thank you guys for coming out. And,
Did he teach you to be a Raider fan?
you know, Sergio was, you know, that's another thing. You know, he was. We grew up liking the Raiders. I remember we would. You know, I mean, he loved San Diego. You know, San Diego County. You know, but he was definitely not a Charger fan. You know,
That silver and black.
You know, definitely. You know, and it looked good on him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you know, things he taught me. You know, I'm really thankful that he was one of my first best friends. You know, I remember back in the day when rebels were a big thing. You know, went out here. I had my bangs grown pretty long, kind of bleached. It is what it is. You know, I wore it good. You know, he would take me around. I grew up in Oceanside. You know, I wasn't from Vista, but I remember he would take me out and we'd go to like house parties, and I used to always tell him like, hey dude, you want me to put a hat on or like rock a sweater? And he'd be like, nah, fuck that. You know, I don't give a fuck if your hair looks fucked up. You know, let's do it anyway. But it was cool, you know, and he rocked it. You know, and he rocked me. So I'll always love him for that. You know. Again, I'm thankful that I got to know him. I'm thankful for the things that he taught me, and you know, I just miss him. So. I miss it. And thank you guys.
Well, I'm going to say a little prayer. Bear with me, I'm not used to speaking. Well, actually, I do talk a lot. But not prayers. So, we bow our heads. Heavenly Father, it is with a humbled and broken heart to forgive those who have wronged us. Give us strength and don't let us lose our faith. Justice will be served. Give us the strength to guide his children in the right path and to never allow them to forget him. Give us strength to keep our hearts pure. And don't let us be bitter and hateful towards other people. Keep us close to your heart. And always stay beside us and guide us. I ask you this in your Son's holy name. Amen. Thank you again for coming. I believe his mom wanted to release the balloons. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk out that way and release them. Say his name.
Sergio Weick.
Say his name.
Sergio Weick.
Say his name.
Sergio Weick.
If people don't know, you know, which you should, everybody that's in this struggle and in this fight, Genevieve is one of the most solid warriors, and it's unfortunate that she had to become one, but she's, I'm very thankful, you know, to have had her, and, you know, to have somebody like her in our corner. I know her nephew. He's, that guy did something really big for me a lot of years ago, and I'll always remember him for that. And when this first happened to my cousin, he was one of the first people I reached out to. He reached out to his tia. Because of that, we're kind of where we are right now. You know, we know some good people, you know, Humberto and you know, Carmelo. We've just come a long way, and I just, you know, I want to thank everybody who's out here again. Yeah, you know. And if people don't know the story, you know, but his name also, you know, Manuel Diaz. He was that was their son. He was taken the same way, you know, that Sergio was, that Jonathan was. So just put her in your prayers, you know, as well as the other families. Thank you guys again.